Booking 10 to 20 calls a month for your B2B business is really not that difficult if you nail all three steps of what I like to call the meeting generating engine. This engine has allowed us to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars for our clients and book over 1,000 meetings. This engine is also what we used for Deep Social to help them land a contract with the company on the NASDAQ stock market. And in this video, I'll walk you through step by step exactly how this engine works so that you can implement this into your business and start booking calls today. So I don't want to waste any of your time. Let me show you exactly how this all works. Okay, so here's pretty much how you book 10 to 20 calls every single month. Here's how you do this, right? You're going to send out 20,000 cold emails every single month, and you're going to have a strong and relevant offer with good targeting. If you send out 20,000 emails every single month and you have a relevant offer hitting up your ICP and you have really good targeting and you've segmented your lead list, you will book 10 to 20 calls a month. And let me show you how, right? But first, you might be asking, okay, well, why not use something like paid ads or content to do this? Like, why does it have to be cold email, right? You see, ads are good, but they require a good amount of capital to actually go ahead and get started, and it can get pricey if done wrong, right? So with ads, you might be able to book qualified calls, but it might be like $400 or $600 per call, right? Especially if you're a beginner starting out too. It might be, or if you don't have much to invest, let's say, and you don't want to scale too hard, ads can get a bit pricey, honestly. If you don't know what to test, who to test, if you've never done outbound before, if you've never sold cold traffic before, you don't know what offers work best. If you don't have the ad budget there, it can get a little bit pricey because for a while you might not book any calls, or the calls you do book are not qualified, and you just end up wasting a lot of money. Content organically can bring up a lot of leads and it snowballs like crazy, but it takes up a lot of time to build up and actually get you those calls, right? Like, it can take you months to book anywhere between 10 to 20 calls a month, if not like a year, right? Depending on how often you post and how good your content is, it can take you a while to actually go ahead and do all of this, right? Cold email, on the other hand, is cheaper than ads, and you can reach out to your entire TAM with just $500 to $600 a month, right? It's not like Instagram outreach or LinkedIn outreach. You could quite literally reach out to your entire TAM with just $500 to $600 a month. Pretty cheap, right? It's pretty cheap depending on the softwares you get, depending on what tools you're using, but overall, like $500, $600 a month, you can literally reach out to your TAM. And again, it's quicker than content and only takes 2 weeks for email accounts to warm up, right? It's not like ads where it's really expensive, and it's also cheaper than content. So in my opinion, this is the best client acquisition tool or customer acquisition tool that you can use, because it's cheaper than paid ads and you're not going to burn through all your cash, and it's also a lot quicker than content, right? So that's why we're using cold email. Now, how to actually send out 20,000 cold emails a month? You might be like, all right, how do I even do this? Like, 20,000? I barely sent out like 5 outreach messages yesterday. Relax, I got you. You're going to use a tool called smartlead.ai. And basically, smartlead.ai is a sending tool that you can upload all your lead list and your email accounts to and send out cold emails from. And on SmartLead, you can basically buy domains and buy email accounts to use for your cold emails, right? So you're going to go to smartly.ai and you're going to end up buying these specific amount of domains and email accounts. You're going to buy 24 domains, and if you're going to have 2 email accounts per domain, right? So that means in total you're going to have 48 email accounts. Out of those 48 email accounts, I want you to have 36 of them Gmail and 12 of them Outlook. And every single email account should be sending out 22 emails per day per inbox. The reason why we have 36 and 12 is because you want to diversify. If you're only on Google and Google has like an update where it just messes up, you're screwed. If you're only on Outlook and Outlook has an update where it messes up, you're screwed. And the reason right now why I have priority on Google is because Outlook right now is kind of shitting the bed and Google is doing fine. So, but who knows? Maybe 6 months down the line, it'll be opposite and Outlook will be the one that's good and Google's bad. So you're going to want to keep it like this for now. And then for those email accounts, you can send out 22 emails a day, because every single inbox, if you're sending out more than 22, if you're sending out like 30 plus, 30 is kind of pushing it, but it can be done. But if you're sending out 30 plus, you are going to get into spam territory, because Google and Microsoft, they'll look at your account and be like, okay, how is this guy sending out 40, 50 messages a day? Like, is this a human? Like, is a human actually sending out 40 emails a day, 50 emails a day, 70 emails a day? Are you sure? Nah, this guy has to be a robot. Let's block him. Spam. Right? So you have to send out like 22 per day per inbox just to make sure it's safe. And then overall, if you send out 22 per day per inbox, 5 days a week for 4 weeks, in total, you're going to send out 21,120 cold emails per month, right? And let me do the numbers on why I exactly chose this many amount of emails and this many amount of Gmail accounts, right? If you send out 21,000 cold emails a month, let's say you get a 1% reply rate, which is okay. It's not the best, but it can be improved. If you get a 1% reply rate, there'll be 210 replies. Out of those 210 replies, let's say you get a 10% positive response rate. So let's say out of 210 replies, 10% of people say they're interested or they want to learn more. So that'd be 21 positive responses. Out of those 21 positive responses, let's say you book 10 calls, and out of those 10 calls, let's say you close 3, right? Boom, just like that. You've closed 3 new clients, 3 new customers by just sending out all these email accounts. Not bad, honestly, not bad. And what you can do later on is once you've tested this for like the first month or two, you can optimize your offer and you can optimize the script for more positive responses. And then you can also send out more cold emails. If you know that it takes you 21,000 cold emails to close 3 clients, you can just send out 42,000 to close 6, right? Pretty simple. It's quick math, people. It's like ads. It's just math. Just track your numbers, see how many it takes to book a call, see how many it takes to close a call, and then just multiply that, and you can send out more cold emails, right? And again, optimize. You can also optimize your offer for more replies, right? But if you do all of this correctly, you should book more than 10 calls a month, right? So once you've bought all your email accounts and once you've logged on to Smart Lead and set this all up, you basically want to warm up for 2 weeks before you send. The reason why you warm up for 2 weeks is because if you immediately start sending out 20 emails a day in the first week or the first day of sending out in the first day of buying that account, Google and Microsoft will be like, okay, this guy, he just bought his account and he's already sending out 20, 30 emails a day. Like, what is he doing? Like, this guy has to be a spam, and they'll mark you as spam. So instead, you want to warm it up just like how you warm up before you hit the gym, let's say, for 2 weeks, and then you can get into it. In the meantime, in those 2 weeks, you can focus on offer creation and list building, right? Which is the next step that I'm going to get into, which is, let's see where this leads to, which is offer and targeting, right? So here is how you do your offer, and here's how you do your targeting. So with your offer, right, you have to make sure your offer is relevant to your ICP's pain points and desires. If you don't know what ICP is, it means ideal customer profile. You have to make sure that whoever you're reaching out to, your offer is relevant to their pain points and desires. And the way you find that out is by doing deep market research to find this information out and tailor your offer towards that, right? So for example, here's a GPT prompt that you can just use, just copy it, I don't care. But basically you're saying, hey, visit the website of this company and run a deep analysis of them as a company. Write a report going over the 3 areas of strength, unique parts of their business, and 3 advantages they should use when selling to their target market. And instead of saying their target market here, you can honestly put like your ICP. Let's say you sell to insurance companies, you could be like selling to CMOs of insurance companies, right? And then GPT will give you all of these where it says, okay, this company does this company does this company does this. Here's some unique advantages. Here's some selling advantages, right? And then from there, you could also ask, if you don't know who your ICP is, you could be like, okay, well, based off all this information, who would their ideal customers be, like in terms of job titles? Like, who would benefit the most from this? And it'll give you this, right? Again, GPT is literally like your best friend. You can ask it, okay, who would benefit most from my offer or my services? And then it would give you a list of job titles, and you could be like, okay, what are some pain points that these people may have when it comes to what I sell, right? What industries are these people in? And then you can just literally use this information in your cold emails, right? And then again, you could tell GPT to elaborate more on certain pain points and how your services and offers can help. And then you can use those pain points as desires, as specific angles in your cold emails itself, right? So I say all of this stuff here to basically, I know I went through a lot pretty quick here, but basically just to summarize this step is just ask GPT questions. Poke the bear. Like ask it like, okay, who would benefit the most? What industries work the best with my type of services or offers? Well, job titles. What pain points do those people at those industries of those job titles have? How can I help them? What specific pain points would they have? And it'll give you all of this stuff, and you can literally build off of that, right? And again, you can tell GPT to elaborate more. You could literally be like, okay, tell me more about this. Be more specific. What do you mean by this? What does this mean, right? And then you can write all of this down, and you can use those pain points and desires as specific angles in your cold email. For example, here it says, okay, well, if we're reaching out to COOs and directors of supply chain, and one of the selling advantages that we have is reduced cost and shrinkage, that could be an angle you can use in your cold emails. Another angle is faster shipping. That could be another angle in your cold email. So you can see here that I'm just connecting the dots, and I'm literally just using what GPT tells me in our cold emails, right? Now, for a script itself, here's a quick little essentially script that you can follow that works really, really well. The first line is just a quick reason why you're reaching out. This can be like targeting a pain point. This could be, like personalization AI you can use, whatever it may be. Then you want to get into your offer. Then you want to get your case study. Then you want to get your call to action. And don't worry, I have like a template or like an example for you, right? So using that example above of those that GPT prompt I showed you, we basically are selling warehouse management services, which is like a warehouse software. And basically we're saying, hey, warehouse management software such as Fishbowl and Extensive have manual billing and add-ons that you have to pay extra for. We provide a better solution that connects smoothly with platforms like blah, 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 blah. We recently worked with this company that did this. Can I send a quick breakdown of how this works? So this is the reason why we're reaching out, which is like, okay, well, you're probably using one of these softwares here that you have to pay extra add-ons and manual billing for. We have a similar or better solution. This is our offer right here. We have a solution that's similar to this. We worked with this company to do this. This is the case study, and then this is the call to action. Can I send you a quick breakdown of how this works, right? So reason why you're reaching out, offer, case study, call to action. Never, ever, ever, ever fails, like ever, right? So pretty simple and pretty straightforward in terms of scripts. Now let's get into targeting, right? If your ICP is on LinkedIn, so for most of you watching this, your ICP is on LinkedIn. If they have a LinkedIn profile, then use Apollo. If your Outscraper, or if your ICP is small businesses, use Outscraper. So think of it like this, right? Would a roofer be on LinkedIn? Probably not. So use Outscraper. But would a head of sales at a tech company be on LinkedIn? Yeah. Then use Apollo, right? So that's the easiest way you can look at it. Just ask yourself, would my ICP be on LinkedIn? Yes or no? If yes, then use Apollo. If no, then use Outscraper. And for this specific part here, get specific on the job titles, the industry, the technology they use, the geographical location, as well as the employee headcount. This is very, very important for Apollo because if you can nail this, writing the emails becomes super easy, right? Once you have pulled the lead list, you want to verify it using Million Verifier or debounce. You want to upload the emails to Smart Lead and start sending out emails, right? So pretty much, right, what you need to do for this step here is just to kind of summarize, to do market research using ChatGPT. And then once you do market research using ChatGPT for targeting itself, use Apollo, use Outscraper, and essentially pull a lead list of your ideal customers. If you don't know who your ideal customers are, you can literally run them through this, and you could ask it, based off of my website, based off of my case studies, based off of my services, based off of my product, who would my ICP be? Who would benefit the most from my services? And then you could literally go on Apollo and go pull this lead list or pull these job titles, put them in Apollo, and target those prospects, right? And then once you've pulled the lead list of them, verify it using Million Verifier or debounce. The reason why you do this is because 50 to 60% of the leads that you pull from Apollo or Outscraper are invalid. So you don't want to send to those emails. And obviously, if you send to those emails, you're going to land in spam. So you don't want to do that. And you want to verify it, right? And then finally, once you have, pulled the lead list, you wrote the scripts, you're going to upload everything to Smart Lead and start sending out emails. That is pretty much how you can send out. That's pretty much how you can book 10 to 20 calls a month with cold email and have it be a lot cheaper than ads and take less time to content, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, to kind of summarize everything here is you want to send a good volume of emails and make sure you understand your ICP's pain points and desires to create a relevant offer. And that way you can send out as many emails as you want targeting your ICP. If you find this video valuable, press like and subscribe for more content like this. And if you're a B2B business making over $30,000 a month or more, and you want someone to do this whole process for you and book 10 to 20 calls a month every single month and get results like this above, click the link below and we can book a time to chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.